Hey guys, Aura 1 through 4 here, and I've got another deck profile for you guys. This week I didn't have a tournament to go to because I couldn't make it to my Thursday tournament, and the Saturday tournament was canceled this week due to the store not being open. I might run this deck next week. It really depends on what I feel like. I think I will though, but I wanted to make a video because I was bored. Anyways, the deck I have built right now is Genus. I think this deck is still a really, really viable deck, and it's one of my favorite decks. A lot of people, when they think of Genus, they think of the build that won Nats, and granted, that was the format for running an ass ton of trap cards, but I don't really think that deck was really that spectacular. I just think the sheer number of trap cards that it had made it pretty much impossible for anybody to get around anything. And I don't see why more people didn't think of using Dark Bribe, because clearly having your opponent draw a card was better than a Trinade going off. But I'm actually sort of embarrassed myself that I didn't think of it, because I actually liked Dark Bribe. But anyways, here's the deck. I do think this format calls for a little bit more of a synchro speed, which is good because that's what I like, because of less back row being set because of heavy and triple MST. So anyways, onto the deck. We'll start with the monsters as usual. You got 3 Genus strikers, special, summon, search, usually do what Genus does. Plus he's an earth, so you can do Barkion well. I'm really embarrassed that I forgot my Barkion at Nats. That was one of the dumbest things the entire day. I was like, crap, why did I forget that? Anyways, then you got 3 werewolves. Whenever a 4 is special summoned, you special summon it from your hand, which is great because if your opponent special summons a monster, you can drop this down as a defender. Plus, of course, it does the whole search thing. And it's a dark, so that's always important. Next, you got 3 Genus Rush Rhinos, the big beater of the deck. It goes up to 2,000 when it attacks. So, that's great. Plus, it's the other Earth, so that you can make Barkion easy. Next, I'm running 2 Genus Cyber Magicians. When you're syncing 4 Genus with Genuses, you can use cards in your hand, your Genus in your hand, to synchro summon, which I really like. Plus, it's a generic 1-star tuner, and it's a light, so you can use a BLS if you want to. Plus, it's got the whole Genus thing. I think if you can go for synchros now, why not? Next, I'm running 3 Reborn Tengus, just because they replace themselves really fast, and this deck needs to spam level 5s, and Tengu is one of the best things to spam a level 5 with. Especially because of the 1 glow-up bulb I'm running. I'm also running a Dandelion because it's 3, so it pairs up well with Striker. Plus, the tokens are great for syncing with. 1 Sanyan, it's a 3, it's a dark, and it lets you search. It's Sanyan, it's great. And then, of course, 1 Blackluster Soldier, because you're running enough lights and darks that Blackluster Soldier is completely viable. He really needs bans. Again, I never thought I'd have to say that. I'm going to be complaining about it all format, I know it. Magics, you got 1 Monster Reborn, it's your staple. Circle. Heavy Storm. Book of Moon. I'm only running double MST in this deck. I think only a very few decks does the triple MST actually be valid. A 1-for-1 to get my 1-stars out. Plus, it's great. 1-for-1 plus a Dandelion is amazing for pluses. I'm running double Pot of Duality to thin the deck out. You just got to play it smart when you don't need it. Need a special for the turn. And then 1 Pot of Avarice to recycle everything. My trap lineup, it's still pretty big, but, I think a big issue that some people are having this format with the Heavy Storm and Triple MST is they're afraid to set cards. If you still set 3 back row, people aren't going to want to do things. But you just got to properly protect them. Anyways, trap lineup. Got double bottomless trap hole. Great card. Stops a lot of things. Love using this on BLS because it removes them from play, so you don't have to worry about them being cute and playing Monster Reborn on it. 1 Torrential Tribute, because people like feel if you can wipe out a good field, Torrential is great. Mirror Force, double Solemn Warning as usual, and of course Solemn Judgment. Trap Dust Shoot, so that you can control the hand really well. If you get Trap Dust Shoot turn 1, it's great. 1 Call of the Haunted lets you synchro a little bit more. 2 is too many in this deck, in my opinion, but if you think you want to use 2, go ahead. I think that 2 is more appropriate for something like Plan Synchro. Anyways, next is 1 TG1 EM1. Great card. When I was testing with my friend Drew, there were so many times where I would just drop a TG and then the instant I couldn't, it was dead. Flip up the TG1 EM1 and swap them. It's a great card. And the nice thing is, effects still resolve normally. So, like if you have Wanghu on the field and you drop a Tech Genus, Wanghu's effect activates, you flip up TG, swap it, Wanghu's effect resolves, pops the TG, and then you get the search. Plus it lets you get big monsters since you get to choose. I'm still running double Horn of the Phantom Beast because it's just too good. Boost by 100 permanent for the equip, plus you get to draw once every time you kill a monster. It's too good of a card not to use in this deck. And then 1 Starlight Road, of course, because of all the mass destruction cards now. That's the main deck. Now on to the extra deck. Got 1 Formula Synchron. Draw a card, it's a light, Synchro Tuner, it's great. To replace the 2nd Formula Synchron, I'm running 1 Tech Genus Recipro Dragonfly. This card is really good now. Not because of its effect, but because of its level. You know the usual old school Hyper Librarian play where you're like Librarian, you drop the 1-for-1 with the Dandelion, sync for double Formula Synchrons, and you end with 2 formulas and a Librarian or a Black Rose or something. Now, that play ends in a Trish, because 2-2-5 equals Trish. Plus, you can do the whole cute thing they did in the show where you send the Blade Blaster to bring the other guys back and stick for Halberd Cannon. Never done that, but it's just an option if you really need to go there. 1 Armory Arm for your 4-star synchros. 1 Hyper Librarian. 1 Power Gladiator for the piercing that you occasionally need. And also when it dies, you get to draw a card, so it's great. Next, I'm running 2 Tech Genus Wonder Magicians, level 5 Synchro Tuner. When it's Synchro Summons, you pop a back row, which is great because this baits out all kinds of stuff. I baited out Judgments, Warnings, great. And when it dies, you get to draw again. Plus it's a light, so it goes for BLS. 1 Ally of Justice Cataster, it's a 5-star generic, good card. Brio, it's pretty much a staple. 1 Naturia Barkion for the trap negation, plus it's easy to make. Just Striker plus Rhino. 1 Black Rose Dragon. You never go for 7s, really. It's really hard in this deck. 1 Stardust Dragon. This is the only 8 I'm really running because 8s are not exactly easy. The only way you really go for 8s is with Striker, Werewolf, and then you summon one of your 3-stars. Or you go for Wonder Magician, and then you summon a 3-star. Primarily what I use this for is for the road, but I do occasionally sing for it. It's just usually you go for 5s in this deck, or of course your 9 for Trishula. because Striker Werewolf Tengu was great. Next, 1 Tech Genus Blade Blaster. Level 10 Excel Synchro Monster. It's generic, that's why I'm using him over Shooting Star Dragon. Plus, it's his Tech Genus, so why not use one of its boss monsters? It's either Formula plus Stardust this, or you use Wonder Magician plus one of your other 5 stars. He's 33. Send a card when he's targeted by a spell or trap effect to negate it, and during your opponent's turn, you can banish a TG in your graveyard to banish him for a turn, and then he comes back. So we can dodge all kinds of stuff. And then 1 Tech Genus Halberd Cannon. Tech Genus is Big Boss Monster. 4,000, 4,000. Delta Excel requires 1 Synchro Tuner plus 2 or more non-tuner Synchro monsters. While it's on the field once per turn, negate any summon. So they have to be inherent summons, but it really screws people's plays up. Plus, once this thing dies, you get a Tech Genus back. So you have a lot of options. Honestly, Quasar is better, but this is Tech Genus, so I want to run that one. And I don't have Quasar yet. We'll go into the side deck now. I side into Skill Drain Genus, but it feels less of a changing the decks as just a siding, because negating effects is pretty much what the side deck is for. So, anyways, you got 3 Beast King Barbaros, just because Barbaros is huge. And if he gets booked and flipped face up again, he gets 3,000. Reborn him, he's 3,000. His effects negated 3,000. It's great. Plus, he's an easy normal summon for 19, and 19 isn't something to laugh at. Next, I'm running 2 King Tiger Langhus. What's great is him and your Barbaros are targetable by Horn of the Phantom Beast. And, against certain decks, to a certain extent, Agent Angel, but mostly Plant Synchro, this wipes out half their cards because of how weenie they are. Next, running double Effect Veiler to negate effects. The usual reason why you're running Effect Veiler. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors, because Agent Angel irritates the hell out of me. Plus, Light Sworns are running around like crazy because, well, Light Sworns are just explosive. Double Fiendish Chain to negate effects. I can't believe people used... I can sort of understand why people used to run Chain Deaths, but Fiendish Chain is honestly just so much better. Next, you got yourself triple Skill Drain. Pretty much what Skill Drain Genus is about. And then 1 Mind Crush. So that's the deck. I'm not sure if I'm going to be running it next week. If I don't, you'll see another deck profile. If I do, then I might make a video. Maybe I'll make a video about what I pull out of my Gen 4 Special Edition packs. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyways, this is Aura 1 through 4, signing out.